24 carries, 199 yards, and 2 touchdowns. That is what Derrick Henry did on Sunday Night Football against the Buffalo Bills, a team that ranked 16th in run defense prior to Week 4. He plays a position that usually declines around 28-ish, but he's 30 and still the best running back in the league. Henry joined the Baltimore Ravens this offseason after 8 seasons in Tennessee, where he had 2,030 attempts for 9,502 yards and 95 touchdowns, leading the NFL in carries 4 times, while being on pace 5 times, but was injured that year. This level of consistency is unheard of from a running back who has played 9 seasons. Henry has been able to continuously grind out yards and make big plays for his offenses no matter how old he is or how many carries he has. To be exact, from high school to now, he has 4,109 carries. Just wow. That is an unheard of number by any running back. For example, throughout 15 years in the NFL, 3 years in college, and stats for only 2 years of his high school career, Hall of Famer Adrian Peterson had 4,476 carries. That is not even 400 more carries than Henry. Well, yes, we're missing 2 high school seasons, but the point stands that Henry has carried the ball a lot throughout his career, especially in a time where passing is so important. So far in 2024, he's a statistical anomaly after having this many career NFL touches, leading the league in rushing yards, touchdowns, PFF rating, 2nd in carries, 7th in yards per carry, 3rd in missed tackles forced, and 2nd in breakaway run percentage. According to a 2010 study, yes, I know, 14 years ago, but just listen, done by Chase Kennedy, titled Age vs. Wear and Tear, the deterioration of an NFL running back. It basically says that running backs who amass 1,750 career NFL touches start to see a sharp decline in statistics, as well as when they reach 31 years old. Roughly 14.7 fewer yards per game from the season prior. Now, let's take a look at some examples of recent years, post-2010 obviously, where this stuff happens. While many can attribute Le'Veon Bell's fall-off due to his year off from a contract dispute, his decline in career production began after 1,541 touches. The season after he got to that amount, his yards per game declined by 46.5 yards. Todd Gurley's decline came at 1,229 touches, seeing a decrease by 59.9 yards per game. Now those are 2 huge outliers at less touches, due to injuries and Le'Veon taking a year off. But there are still huge decreases in production at a lower workload than the mean. Ezekiel Elliott's career began to derail after 1,358 touches, seeing a decrease in yards per game by 23.3. And guys, who knows with Christian McCaffrey right now? His bilateral Achilles tendonitis. CMC is only 28 years old, but with an injury like that, who knows how he will be after he comes back. Now, before I keep talking about Derrick, if you want to play him to get a touchdown or go higher on his yards, then you need to do it on Underdog. Underdog is the best place to play fantasy sports. You can do your pick'em entries, daily NFL drafts, or really any sport, and you can win up to 1,000 times your money. If you use code Fanatics at signup, you get a deposit match up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Again, that is code Fanatics for a deposit match up to $1,000, and you get yourself a special free pick. It truly is insane how quickly running back production can decrease from year to year, but Derrick Henry refuses to decline. What are some of the things that he has done to be so good this season, despite his career workload? Well, his offensive schemes for one have always benefited his play style. Zone style schemes have always worked best for Henry, and he led the NFL in zone runs every year from 19 to 23, except for the shortened 2021 season, where he played 9 games due to injury, where he finished 11th. He now enters another run-first system in Baltimore, a team that has been the top 5 in rushing attempts in 5 of Lamar Jackson's first 6 seasons. Speaking of Lamar, Derrick finally is not the only threat in the backfield either. Having Lamar next to him forces defenses to focus on both of them, rather than just Henry running right over you. This allows him to have an easier time finding the holes, bursting through them for explosive plays. His north-south style of running is perfect for a Harbaugh-led Ravens team. He's always looked for runners that fit that style, like Gus Edwards and Mark Ingram in years past, to complement Lamar's dance-around elusive running style. The offensive line has always been good at blocking in this scheme. Despite losing 3 starters, they're ranked 3rd in both PFF run block and pass blocking grade. He's also facing the lowest amount of average defenders in the box of his career at 6.3. The O-line has definitely been helped by this, because there aren't as many defenders to worry about right off the snap as you might expect with these two in the backfield. Same thing with Derrick, of course. He's always dominated on light and base front boxes. He's just in the perfect situation, as we all predicted before the season. While we thought we might see some regression given his age and touches, clearly, we were wrong. Derrick Henry has obviously always kept his body in shape. I mean, just look at the guy. He's 6'3", 247 at running back. At that height and weight, he leads both groups, players that are that height or taller and that weight or more, in yards per carry. As we learned from health nut Tom Brady, following the right training regimens and diet can contribute to extending your playing career. It is estimated that Henry spends $240,000 on maintaining his body each year. During the offseason, he takes maybe a couple days off after the season ends and heads right to Dallas, where he goes to Sanders Fit Performance Center for twice-a-day workouts. Alongside these workouts, he does excessive amounts of rehabilitation exercises, such as massage therapy, cold therapy, infrared sauna, and more to make him the strongest he's ever been, according to Melvin Sanders, owner of Sanders Fit. Modern medicine and training have helped this 6'3" behemoth continue to get better each year. Spending that much money on his body maintenance is a great idea for a running back, a position with so many injury concerns. He makes so much money that spending it doesn't even matter when it lengthens his career, allows him to 1. Play well this late into an RB's career, and 2. Make more money. A better investment than the S&P 500. This is especially evident in one stat. Derrick Henry came within 0.17 miles per hour from Xavier Worthy, yes, the 40-yard dash record holder, 54-yard touchdown in Week 4, while being 30 years old and 82 pounds heavier. Derrick has a play style that should make him have a shorter career. He requires a lot of carries, physical running, and a lot of defenders hitting him. But it just hasn't. Derrick is elite at everything. Well, besides receiving, but that's not his role. We have not seen this production from a running back 28 or older since, well, him. From 2019 to 23, there have been 8 running backs who have rushed for 800 yards that are over the age of 28. I want to preface this by saying yes, Henry only has 480, but barring injury, he will surpass 800. The highest total outside of Henry in those few years was Aaron Jones with 1,121 yards. Since turning 28 before the 2022 season, Henry has rushed for 1,538 and 1,167 yards. This season, while he definitely won't get there, he's on pace for 2,040 yards. Let's say he gets on the low end of what he's on pace for, to get 1,200. If we know anything about Derrick Henry, it's that he has always played his best football in the second half of the season, and he started off great. This is the second best start to Henry's career, despite that injury-riddled 2021 year, where in the first 4 games he had 510 yards, but on 33 more carries. So in reality, this is the best start to his career. Given the 28-year-old benchmark for decline with running backs, let's take a look at the last time a 28, 29, 30-year-old running back ran for 1,200 and 1,500 yards. The last time a 28-year-old ran for 1,200 yards was 2016 with Shady McCoy and DeMarco Murray. 29 years old was 2014 with Justin Forsett. Random. Finally, the last time a 30-year-old running back ran for 1,200? 2015 Adrian Peterson, almost a decade ago. Let's say he reaches 1,500 this year, like in 2022. The last 28-year-old to do so was MVP Sean Alexander in 2005. 29, 2004 Tiki Barber. 30, again Tiki Barber, but in 2005. He's entering a category of running back longevity that we have not seen since the old NFL. Sure, AP and Frank Gore played a while and were Hall of Fame type players, but I think that Derrick Henry has a chance to show that he could be an elite running back for his entire lengthy career. Something that we have not seen in decades. And with all that being said, that is it for me, guys. Thank you for tuning into Fanatic Sports. If you made it this far in the video, come on, give it a like, subscribe to the channel. All support is very much appreciated. Helps me out more than you know. Also, follow me on Instagram at FanaticSports25 and Twitter and TikTok at Fanatic Sports. This is Joe of Fanatic Sports, signing off.